Here, in this room at the Swedish consulate in Lübeck, he met Count Folke Bernadotte from the Red Cross. Himmler saw in the Count a channel to the west. And as he met Bernadotte, he was all too well aware of the mental state of his Führer. On the 21st of April, 2 days before Himmler met Bernadotte, Hitler had been woken by the noise of shelling. The Soviets had reached the suburbs of Berlin. The army group of SS General Felix Steiner in the north of Berlin was one of Hitler's last hopes. He ordered Steiner to launch a suicidal counterattack.
Da kam der Befehl und da sagte vorher schon Steiner, ich werde keinen Angriff mehr starten gegen diese Walze, die mir nur entgegensteht. Das ist ganz unmöglich, das kann ich nicht. Ich führe die Leute, treibe die Leute alle in den Tod. Ich werde diese Männer nicht, meine Mannschaft nicht opfern für diesen aussichtslosen Angriff. Und wenn ich dabei mich dem Führer gegenüber schuldig machen muss, einen Befehl zu ignorieren, dann tue ich es.
The consequence of Steiner's disobedience was the worst outburst of rage Hitler's staff had ever witnessed. Hitler screamed that he was surrounded by treachery. Even the SS was betraying him. First Sepp Dietrich in Hungary, and now Steiner. For the first time, Hitler openly admitted that the war was lost. All he could do now, he said, was to die. The news of Hitler's collapse had reached Himmler by the time he met Count Bernadotte. Himmler declared that Hitler was quite possibly already dead. He now considered himself free to act and drafted a letter authorizing Bernadotte to convey an offer of surrender to the Western Allies.
It has been reported by Reuters that unconditional surrender was offered by Himmler to Britain and the United States only. Further, that Britain and the United States have replied, saying that they will not accept unconditional surrender except on behalf of all the Allies, including Russia.
Himmler had miscalculated once more, not least because Hitler was still alive when the news of Himmler's secret dealings became public.
Natürlich war Hitler auf das Äußerste aufgebracht. Militärisch war nichts mehr zu erhoffen. Und nun, also auch dieser Schritt, also von, dass also auch der Mann, auf den er wahrscheinlich wohl am meisten noch gerechnet hatte, dass der sich von ihm gelöst hatte und diesen Schritt also zu den Alliierten eben unternommen hatte. Und die Folgen davon war, dass er in der darauf folgenden Nacht dann die Konsequenzen daraus zog, indem er seine beiden Testamente, sein politisches und sein persönliches Testament diktierte und praktisch war 1,5 Tage später war er tot.
Himmler was soon to follow his Führer's example. On the 23rd of May 1945, he took cyanide in British captivity.
This is the house in Lüneburg where Himmler committed suicide. There he is, powerless at last. Powerless to blackmail, to torture, or to murder. An ignominious end to the most evil life recorded in history.
Himmler's remains lie buried in an unknown grave, somewhere in the Lüneburg Heath in northern Germany. Himmler had once said, "I can't betray the Führer. Everything I am, I owe to him." But in the end, he did betray his Führer, and died knowing he was loathed and despised by the man he most admired.